Once it's typed accepted, then there's other things that we can discuss, but it just can't do that now.
Well, all right. Hey, there's nowhere to hide now. The cat is out of the bag. That's right. The Kenwood TM-D750 is newly FCC certified. So, hey, it's time to take off the gloves. What'd they get right? What'd they get wrong? Let's go. Hey, folks. As Winter Storm Fern blankets the nation with snow, ice, and bone-chilling temps from here in Texas clear to the East Coast, I've got some scorching hot news to heat up the shack. The highly anticipated Kenwood TM-D750 mobile radio is now officially FCC certified. That's right. On January 23rd, 2026, under FCC ID K4452400, this tri-bander cleared the big hurdle just in time for the upcoming Hamcation Hamfest in Orlando, Florida. After teases at Hamcation last year and delays from its planned summer launch, the wait is almost over. Okay, so the release is now imminent, but what are we really going to get? We've seen radios hyped to the moon, only to crash on launch. Hey, you guys remember the FTX-1, right? Pre-cert, Yaesu touted the FTX-1 as full duplex, ready for FM and linear birds. Many hams, myself included, were over the moon excited for this rig, but post-release, no full duplex, PTT issues, menu bugs, disappointing receiver performance, and so many APRS issues. Now, to Yaesu's credit, they addressed many of the annoying bugs with updated firmware, but the satellite community, well, we're left out in the cold. I'm hopeful with the extended launch delays, Kenwood avoids a similar showing, and with certification, we have our first official look at the actual features that will be delivered in this new radio. For those who may not be aware, let's review what we've been told about the TM-D750. First, it's going to be closely related to the THD75HT. That makes a ton of sense, right? We've seen that with other manufacturers. It would make sense that they would just extend the capability of the D75. Where the D75 is a tri-band portable powerhouse that covers all the basics you'd expect, you also get built-in GPS, TNC, Bluetooth, DSTAR, and APRS in the way that only Kenwood can deliver. Now, the TM-D750 is supposed to follow with the same capabilities, but it's going to have a detached control head, a front-firing speaker, something called wireless LAN.
It will be Wi-Fi connection, although the term technically is a WLAN.
That's what we've been told. And microSD slots, a larger color LCD, and unlike its smaller sibling, and most importantly for many of us, it's supposed to be full duplex.
Does that mean full duplex? It is full duplex on, that's what I meant to say.
And ready to work FM satellites. But hey, this thing is now FCC certified. That means we have more information that's required to be submitted when you go through that certification process. So we're going to walk through the manual and see if we're actually going to get what we've been promised leading up to this release. All right, so I've got the official Kenwood D750 user guide here. And I pulled this from the FCC website, and I believe this is a required element of submitting your radio to get certified. I believe the information in the guide is likely used in the certification process. So I'm just going to walk down through the document here and try to identify some of those things that we were told were going to be in the radio. First thing I will say is I did test these QR codes. They go to a generic page where you have to then put in the model number of the radio you're looking for. And in doing so, I did learn that the actual user manual is not out there yet. but we can keep searching and keep looking for that. One other thing I should mention is this is the user guide for both the A, the Americas model, and the E, the Europe model. I believe that's what A and E stand for. We get the A model, Europe gets the E model, so that stands to reason. I'm seeing a couple of logos here. We're seeing the microSD, the HC, high capacity logo, as well as a Bluetooth logo. So that's all good stuff. Let's take a quick look at the contents. I don't believe there's anything really given away here in the contents necessarily. Yeah, I don't see anything here. So let's keep rolling. All right, here we go. Okay. So let me see. Do I have some tools here? I believe I do. Let me get a highlighter. There we go. Let me just, we'll grab a green highlighter. We're going to make it thick so we can maybe call some things out. All right, I want to look at this feature list here. I think this is our first hint that we've got some good stuff here in this radio. Lots of detail about APRS, right? Digipeater functionality, APRS data communication system. Of course, we see DSTAR. That's not necessarily a surprise. We were expecting to see all the DSTAR capabilities we have listed here. Color LCD. Yes, we've seen that. That's a brilliant looking display, provided it's the same display we've seen in the display models. And, here we go. This is what we're after. Looky right here. Fantastic. So simultaneous reception of two signals, V and U and V. So that's primarily what you need for your FM satellite full duplex capability. So they don't say full duplex here, but they say simultaneous reception. We'll see if we can get some more hints as we go here. Built-in speaker, right? We saw that in the mock-up, and that appears to be the case, right? We're going to have a front-firing speaker on the head of the unit. And here we go, a waterfall display. I remember there being some discussion or questions about that early on. Let's see, built-in Bluetooth, and looky here. Here is the other thing that's new to this radio and is not part of the D75, a built-in wireless LAN capability. So let's see what we can learn about that. Micro SD cards, 2 gigabit up to 32. That's great. And looky here, supports battery charging and data transfer. So I know that there is a battery in the radio to hold some of the settings. I'm assuming that's what this means by battery charging. And it's great that we can do that by USB type C. And I'm assuming that also gets charged from the 12 volt power source as well. 1,000 memory channels. Okay. Oh, look, here's another great satellite related feature. All right. 3-step selectable transmit power. We have a 5 watt for low, 10 watt for medium, and 50 watt for high power. So that's fantastic news. So we have more than just 5 watts if we want to chase satellites, right? A lot of radios will have a higher value, maybe 25 watts is something that we commonly see in some radios for that medium value, which is too much power to throw at a CubeSat. So that is good stuff there. All right, let's keep moving. Precautions here. Again, I'm just looking for things that are related to the promises that were made to us, and we're going to see how Kenwood did. Hey, looks like we have mounting hardware. That's not uncommon for Kenwood. We can put it at a cant, put it at an angle. Hey, look, this is smart. This is really smart here. Super glad to see this here. This is the exact same type of mounting that we would expect to see, or that we have seen in previous Kenwood radios. Here, I've got one as an example right here, one of my favorites, the D710. And if we look at the back, let's see if I can get a good shot of that. This uses what appears to be the very same mounting technique as is being used here with the 750. So that's fantastic. If you've already got a 710 in your vehicle with this mount, you could swap out the head, I'm assuming, right? I think that's likely a pretty safe assumption. We'll have to find out for sure, but it looks like we'll be able to just swap out the head on the existing mount that you may already have mounted. All right, let's see what else we can find here real quick. Single antenna connection here. So we're going to get all 3 bands through a single antenna connection. Looks like we do have a quarter 20 type connection here on the bottom of the head as a mounting option as well. They're talking about using it here. Let's see. Yeah, talking about using it here for some mounting options. Okay, great. And then here, look, this is right? This is the same base, right? Again, giving me further confidence that the head for the 750 will mount into the 710 hardware. That's great. Fantastic. All right, let's see here. We're going to try to keep moving along pretty quickly. Hey, looky here. It looks like Kenwood is sticking with the metal microphone hangers. That's something I appreciate. I like those metal microphone hangers, and that likely means that there's a metal stud on the back of the microphone as well. So let's see here. What else do we have? All right. Let's see if we've got anything interesting here in the mode buttons. Let's see. Looking for something that might be satellite related that we would be interested in. Hey, right here, number 8. Right, let's take a peek. Where's that at? Right here. And this is a similar type configuration that we see on other Kenwood radios. Again, I'm going to use the 710 as an example, right? We've got buttons, physical buttons down here. We've got physical buttons on the side, both sides here. And those functions will change depending on, some other button combinations you may be using. So the button takes the action, and then you've got the label for the button on the screen. Hopefully that makes sense. But here we saw where we can change the power right here very quickly and easily using number 8, this center button on the bottom row, right? So you can cycle through your low power, your middle power, low power, and high power options, and they've got that easily accessible, which is great. Let's see if there's anything else out here. This is something that I recall the folks at Kenwood mentioning. Dawn had mentioned that there was going to be a key to get you right into APRS, and that looks like it is key 13. This guy right here, key, will allow you to jump right into APRS. So it's like a shortcut key or a quick key to get you right into that functionality, which is great. All right. Lots of good stuff here. Again, I'm just kind of looking for things that that I believe a person who may be interested in using this radio for satellite would be interested in. Okay, we're going to jump into the function mode now. And so when you're in function mode, it changes these labels for the radio, for those buttons. So let's see if there's anything else here that looks interesting. Of course, you can select what type of tone you are using to get into a repeater or a satellite repeater as well. So that looks like it's easy to get to. Not necessarily that important for quick, easy access because, usually you're going to have your satellites and your satellite frequencies programmed into the radio. But nonetheless, there it is. Let's see, anything else here that I see? Squelch control, right? We usually want to turn off squelch, right? You want to hear everything coming through the receiver. I don't think I see anything else here that catches my eye. All right, let's keep moving. All right, this looks great here. We've got 2 speakers. 2 external speaker options. Here's a USB-C connection. This is our cable that gets to the radio body. And then here is one of 2 micro SD slots. All right, so lots of storage capability in this radio. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Anything stand out on the screen? Looks like we've got some icons here similar to what we see on the D75. Just doing a quick look here, right? So here's what we'll see on the screen low, medium, and high. So we can see that represented right here, right? So that looks good. Oh, let's see. Everything else looks pretty straightforward. This is very much a Kenwood menu system. If you are used to their radios, this will all look very familiar. All right, changing the shift for split operation here. We've got some indicators on the screen for those types of settings. Nothing there really necessarily related to radio. Certainly, to get into the repeater or transponder, you'll need to set those. But like I said, you'll likely do those in your programming. Lots of APRS capability, KISS capability. These are all things that we have seen in the D750 and in other Kenwood radios. So no big surprise there. But it is very comforting to see these things in this radio as well. This is a very feature-rich radio. Couple different icons there. Okay, here's the menuing system. Okay, this looks very familiar if you're a D750 user. All right, I'm just doing a quick scan here. Okay, looky here. This is new, right? Appears when the wireless LAN compatible device is not connected while the wireless LAN is on. So you get some icons here related to wireless LAN. Let's see, where do they put those? Where do they put the wireless LAN icons? I'm looking. I don't see it here, so it might not be represented on this screen. Okay. But we have some icons here, right? And then, so again, just keeping the promise of what was being discussed last year as we were learning more about this radio, which is great. That's what we want to see. Okay, let's see. Anything else satellite related here? Okay, this is great, right? This is your crossband repeater functionality, right? A few different ways that you can set up crossband repeat or what they call assist type repeat. Again, this is a great indicator that we're going to have the full duplex capability that we were hoping for. So that is great. All right, very good. Here we get a peek at the back. You got your data connection, very similar to what's on the body of the 710. We've got a connection here for another GPS antenna. There is a GPS antenna built into the head of the unit too, I saw. And like I said, one antenna connection. And here we've got the other connectivity. This gets us connected to our panel. Here, number 4, another micro SD slot. So you can have 2 SD cards, another USB-C connection, and of course, another microphone connection. All right, that's great. I say another microphone connection, but let me go back and look. Is there one? It does not appear that there is a microphone connection on the head unit, which that's a little disappointing, certainly. But I do not believe anyone told us that that would be the case. We were all speculating that that would not be the case based on the models that we saw in Hamcation and Hamvention. All right, let's see. Anything else here real quick? We got the MC62, a very full-featured microphone. I don't expect we have anything specific or new there. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is interesting, right? So you can set it up for an NTP server. All right, so I'm assuming that's going to be leveraging that WLAN capability. So that's interesting. That's good to see. All right, let's see what else we've got here. This is all operations stuff. Okay. Again, I'm just scanning for very specific things. There may be other things in here that you would wish I would stop on, but I apologize. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. All right, let's see what else here. Okay. Call channel. All right, here's something I was interested in, just learning more about. And this looks like, let's make sure, is this in relation to adjusting the squelch? I'm seeing some different power output settings here. And I'm assuming that might be related to the 220. We'll see if we can find something else about that, though. All right, this is getting into some of the APRS stuff. Okay, very good. All right, some of the menu detail we're going to walk quickly through here. Let's see, what do we have? I'm kind of interested in the WLAN capability. See if that, I mean, we've got all our APRS stuff here. This is not something I would expect to change, right? This is very similar to the D75, and that's what we were told it was going to be, which I think we all thought made sense. So that's no surprise and looks good. Lots of APRS capability. There's all our digital capability. Direct mode. All right, this is, I believe, related to the WLAN. So instead of needing some sort of intermediary to connect to internet-based services, right? That's kind of the whole idea behind the WLAN. Here we go. Here's some network-related stuff. Okay, IP network basic settings, right? It can you can point it at a DHCP server. You can set all your standard IP-related configuration, including a default gateway, your DNS servers. I'm assuming you can also get all that from your DHCP. Here's the WLAN, right? So IP network WLAN access point list. Okay. I'm assuming those are access points that you have connected to in the past. Ways for you to get onto the internet and work directly with the digital voice modes. Let's see here, some SD card stuff. All right, that all looks pretty straightforward. More menu, lots of menus here. Like I said, there's lots of good stuff to dig into, but I'm looking for very specific stuff. Oh, what do we have here? USB function. This could be interesting. Let's see, selects USB terminal function. USB audio in and out. Okay, GPS. Right, so you can use the 750 to provide GPS to your computer, and you can do that with the D75 as well. So that's similar functionality again. This is all great stuff. All looks good and what we would expect. That's fantastic. All right, I'm going to zip down through here. Specifications. All right, here's our 750A model. This is ours. Maybe we can learn more about the transmit power here. Okay, we've got some current consumption. Okay, now 220 is less current consumption, so I'm assuming that's because we have less power capability here. I want to make sure I didn't miss that. Oh, here it is. Okay, so 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 50, 10, and 5. 220, there it is, 20 watts, 10, and 5. Okay, very good. That all looks good. And double superheterodyne, triple superheterodyne. All right. I don't see anything else here that is. Oh, how about audio output? Audio output, 3-watt speaker. Okay, 8 ohm, 3 watts. Very good. And WLAN frequency range. Okay, so this is essentially Wi-Fi here, right? So we have. Well, let me take a step back. We have Bluetooth version 5. Right? That's what we would pretty much expect to see here. And then you got 2.4 gig, 5 gig, ABGN, and AC capable Wi-Fi or WLAN. All right. And then here we've got the European model. I'm not going to run us through that. And there we go. Well, all right. Well, folks, it looks like we're getting what we were told we will get. That's fantastic. Now, of course, are there defects? Are there bugs? Are there going to be problems like we've seen with the FTX-1 when it was released? Who knows? We'll have to wait until we actually get it in our hands. But it's great to see that what the Kenwood team has been talking about has been delivered in this radio. Like I said, that is the manual. That manual was submitted as part of the certification process. So I think we can all feel very confident that what we see in that manual is accurate and is what we will get in our radios when they show up at our doors. So, hey, I'm curious if you guys thought I missed anything. Let me know if there's something in that manual that I missed that we should have looked at. Leave me a comment and I can respond to that comment, and we'll see if there's more to talk about. Certainly, you can go out to the FCC website, do a little searching, and you can find that as well. But hey, I'm excited. This, I think there's a very good chance we're going to get to see this radio in the flesh for real here in Orlando in just 3 weeks. So that is great. All right, folks. Well, I think that's going to do it for me. Now we just have to wait for delivery dates. But now that it's past certification, it feels like it's got to be right around the corner. So can't wait for that. Can't wait to get my hands on one. And it looks like the radio we've all been promised. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And until next time, 7-3.